sometimes we look at grit as though it's something that, like, there's a store that says grit above it. Now, I'm driving down the road up in Amarillo, Texas or something like that, going about 65 miles an hour. Okay, this is out in West Texas. I was going about 85 miles an hour probably, and I'm racing down the road, and I look off on the side. I think it was at a church. There was a building off the side. It said grit. My family knew I had to pull over and stop and do a U-turn right there on the highway and go take a picture of that. Because it's like there is some store out there that we can get grit. I mentioned Alfie Kohn before. This is a quote by Alfie Kohn. He said, sometimes we look at grit as an unalloyed good. Now, if you're a science person, you know about alloys. It's mixing of metals and things like that. We can't look at grit as something that you just put in people. We can't look at grit as something you go off to a store and you get. Grit has a lot more to do with resilience than it does with get tough, kid. But every single one of us is experiencing things, and we either step forward into growth or we step back into safety. Remember, flock, fight, flight, freeze. I can step forward when something bad is happening to me, or I can flock, I can fight, I can flight, I can freeze. I can do whatever it's going to do to make me feel safe. And we have kids out there all over the place who are choosing to step back in safety.